Let me ask you something. Have you ever started your day by heading to the kitchen, filling up a big glass of water, and drinking it all in one go? Thinking to yourself, this is good for me. This is what healthy people do, right? You're not alone. We've all been told the same thing for years. Drink more water, hydrate first thing in the morning, flush out toxins. But what if I told you that even that simple glass of water, yes, that one, could be doing more harm than good if you're over 60? Sounds a little crazy, doesn't it? Here's the thing. Your body at 70 or 80 isn't the same as it was at 30 or 40. And sometimes, the routines we think are healthy can quietly throw off our digestion, our blood pressure, even our heart rhythm. Now, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to gently wake you up with care and clarity, because the mistakes I'm about to share aren't dramatic or extreme. They're subtle, quiet, easy to overlook. And that's exactly what makes them dangerous. You might be drinking too fast. You might be drinking water that's too cold. Or, without even knowing it, you might be flushing out nutrients your body desperately needs. Most doctors don't talk about this. Most people don't even realize it's a problem. But today, we are. Because you deserve to know. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the 4 biggest mistakes seniors make when drinking water in the morning. And more importantly, how to fix them gently, easily, and without flipping your routine upside down. And let me give you a heads up. Mistake number 3 might completely surprise you. It sounds healthy until you understand what it's really doing inside your body. So stick with me. This isn't about fear. It's about feeling in control. It's about waking up and knowing your morning routine is supporting your health, not quietly sabotaging it. If you're ready to reclaim your mornings and hydrate the smart way, drop a comment below that says, I drink smart. And if you'd love more simple, thoughtful, and honest health tips, no scare tactics, no hype, be sure to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide, where we believe aging should be empowered, not feared. Let's begin. Let's start with mistake number 1, one that almost no one talks about. Drinking cold water first thing in the morning. Now, that might sound harmless, maybe even healthy. But let me introduce you to Harold. Harold is 72, kind-hearted, sharp, and still quite active. Every morning, without fail, he'd head straight to the fridge, pour himself a tall glass of ice-cold water, and drink it down in a few quick gulps. It made him feel alert, like he was doing something good for his body. But then, something odd started happening. He began feeling a dull ache in his stomach after drinking. Sometimes it turned into cramps. Other times, his hands would get cold, or he'd start shivering slightly, even when the house was warm. He brushed it off. I'm just getting older, he said. We all do that, don't we? But here's what Harold didn't know, and what most seniors don't realize. Drinking cold water on an empty stomach can actually shock your system, literally. As we age, our digestive system becomes more sensitive. The stomach lining thins. Blood vessels react more slowly. So when cold water hits that already delicate environment, it can constrict blood flow to the stomach, slow down digestion, and even drop your internal temperature suddenly. And here's where it gets more serious. That quick temperature change, it can interfere with your heart rhythm. Yes, drinking cold water can trigger a mild vagus nerve response, especially in older adults who already have heart conditions. You might feel lightheaded, a bit dizzy, or just off, and not know why. Now you might be thinking, but cold water helps me wake up. And that's a common belief. We link cold with energy, sharpness, discipline. But for the aging body, That jolt of cold isn't a boost, it's a shock. So what's the better choice? Start your day with room temperature or slightly warm water. Your digestive system will thank you. It's easier to absorb, gentler on your stomach, and much less stressful on your entire system. Want to add a little flavor? Try a slice of lemon or cucumber. It adds a refreshing taste, supports natural detox, and helps hydrate your cells more effectively. If you're already doing this, you're ahead of the curve. But if you're still reaching for that cold glass out of habit, give this small shift a try tomorrow. You might notice fewer stomach aches, smoother digestion, a more stable heart rate. Because sometimes the smallest change brings the biggest relief. But temperature isn't the only thing that matters. Let's move on to something else that happens far too often, especially among seniors who are trying to be healthy: drinking too much water too fast. Mistake number 2, gulping too much water at once. This one's tricky because it feels like the right thing to do. Let me tell you about Martha. Martha is 68, active, thoughtful, always reading up on the latest health tips. One morning, she came across an article that said, "Hydrate immediately after waking," so she got serious. She started pouring herself 2 big glasses of water each morning, not sips, gulps, one right after the other. She was proud of it. She felt like she was doing something smart. But soon, she started noticing some strange symptoms. She'd get lightheaded while walking around the house. There was a feeling of pressure in her lower belly. Not quite pain, but uncomfortable. Her energy dipped instead of rising. At first, she thought it was just her blood pressure, maybe her age. But the real culprit? Too much water, too fast. Here's what happens inside your body, especially as you age. When you gulp down a large amount of water quickly, especially on an empty stomach, it floods your system. Your kidneys, which naturally slow down as you get older, have a harder time filtering the excess fluid efficiently. That can lead to an imbalance in electrolytes, minerals like sodium and potassium that your body needs to function properly. And yes, this has a name: water intoxication. Now, it doesn't happen often, but in older adults, even a mild version can cause headaches, dizziness, bloating, or confusion, because the body isn't as quick to adjust. The balance gets thrown off. Here's the misconception. We're taught that more water is always better. But the truth is, it's not just about how much you drink, it's how fast you drink it. Your body isn't a sponge. It needs time to absorb, time to regulate, time to adjust. So what should you do instead? Start small. Pour yourself half a glass, about 4 ounces. Sip it slowly, then wait 15 to 20 minutes before having more. Use that time to stretch, breathe, maybe take your morning meds if needed. Then come back and sip again. Think of it like watering a delicate plant. You don't flood the pot. You give it just enough, at the right pace, so the roots can actually use it. Hydration should feel nourishing, not forced. Gentle, balanced, respectful of what your body can actually handle. Now here's the surprising part most people overlook. Hydration isn't just about drinking water. It's also about what your body might be missing, especially in the morning. Let's talk about something that catches even the most health-conscious seniors off guard. Mistake number 3. Drinking water without electrolytes in the morning. Let me introduce you to Frank. Frank is 80, always follows the rules. He drinks his 8 glasses of water a day, just like his doctor told him. In fact, he starts every morning with a big glass of plain water. No sugar, no additives, just clean, filtered water. But here's the strange thing. Despite doing everything right, Frank felt tired. Not sleepy, weak, like his muscles had no power behind them. His hands trembled a bit. He lost his balance once while walking to the mailbox. His family thought it might be medication, maybe aging. But the real problem? He was too clean with his hydration. See, Frank's body was flushing out vital minerals without replacing them. And this is something most people don't realize. As we age, our electrolyte levels naturally drop overnight. We lose sodium, potassium, and magnesium while we sleep, through breathing, light sweating, and urine. And if we wake up and immediately flush our body with plain water, we dilute those minerals even more. And when your body is low on electrolytes, especially sodium and potassium, you start to feel it. Weakness, fatigue, dizziness, even irregular heartbeats. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. But I thought the cleaner the water, the better. That's the message we've heard for decades. But when you drink water with no minerals in it, especially after fasting all night, it doesn't support your body's natural systems. Your muscles need potassium. Your nervous system needs sodium. Your heart needs magnesium to keep a steady beat. Without these, water can become almost empty. It hydrates, yes, but it doesn't nourish. So, what can you do? You don't need fancy sports drinks or sugar-laden powders. Start simple. Add a tiny pinch of high-quality sea salt to your morning water, just enough that you don't even taste it. Or eat a banana alongside your water that gives your body potassium right away. You can also find low-dose electrolyte supplements made just for seniors. They're gentle, and they help restore balance without overloading your system. Remember, hydration isn't just about how much water you drink. It's about how well your body can use that water. When you hydrate with minerals, you give your cells what they truly need to function, to move, to feel alive. Now we've covered temperature, we've covered pace, we've covered the minerals that make hydration complete. But there's one more mistake. It's easy to miss, and it can quietly worsen blood pressure if you're not careful. A morning mistake that doesn't get talked about enough, but it can have a huge impact on your heart and safety. Mistake number 4, drinking water. Before taking your blood pressure medication, let me tell you about Lena. Lena is 74. Sharp-minded, organized, and disciplined about her health. She wakes up early every day, sits by the window, and takes her blood pressure medication with a full glass of water before doing anything else. No food, no movement, just the pill and the water. She's been doing it that way for years. But something strange started happening. Some mornings her blood pressure would drop so low she'd feel faint. Her vision blurred once. She even had to sit down suddenly because her knees gave way. She was doing everything right, taking her medicine, staying hydrated, but her readings were all over the place. Too high one day, too low the next. The problem? It was the timing. See, blood pressure medications, especially the kinds that relax your blood vessels, can amplify their effect when taken on an empty stomach, combined with a large amount of water. That combination can cause your pressure to drop too fast before your body has a chance to stabilize. And when you're older, your body doesn't rebound as quickly. Your system is more sensitive to sudden changes in pressure. That's why you might feel dizzy, shaky, or weak after taking a pill right out of bed. It's not the medication that's wrong. It's when and how it's taken. Now, here's a common belief that gets seniors into trouble. Take your meds first thing. It's better to get it over with. Sounds responsible, right? But it's not about how early you take them. It's about giving your body the right conditions to absorb and manage the medicine safely. Let me break it down. Medications like ACE inhibitors, beta blockers, and diuretics work best when your body is already awake and circulating. After you've moved a bit, maybe eaten something small, and your digestive system is more active. Taking them before any of that, especially with a full glass of water, can push your pressure down too far, too fast. So, here's what you can do. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about the best time to take your specific medication. Some are better with food, some without. But most are better after you've gotten up and moving. Try walking around for a few minutes first. Even light activity, like brushing your teeth or doing a few arm stretches, can help your blood circulate more evenly. Eat a small snack. A slice of toast, a banana, even a few crackers can help stabilize your system. When it's time to take your medication, use just a small sip of water, just enough to swallow the pill, but not so much that it overwhelms your system. That one small adjustment can have a big impact on your energy, your balance, and how you feel throughout the day. Because here's the truth. Staying hydrated isn't just about drinking water. It's about how you drink it, when you drink it, and what you pair it with. The habits we repeat every morning, the ones that seem harmless, they shape more than we think. They influence your day, your safety, your strength, even your independence. And that brings us to something deeper, something we don't often say out loud, but many of us quietly feel. Why does all of this really matter? Not just for your body, but for your peace of mind, your confidence, and your future. It can feel like a lot, can't it? To learn that something as basic as drinking water, something you've done your whole life, might not be serving you the way you thought. It's unsettling. No one told you it could get complicated. And now you're being asked to rethink habits you've trusted for decades. It's not easy. It's frustrating at times, even feels a little unfair. But let me reassure you, this isn't about blame, and it's certainly not about fear. It's about empowerment. Because once you understand what's going on inside your body, you're no longer lost in confusion. You're in control. You can make small, intentional choices that support your health, strengthen your body, and bring a sense of calm into your routine. So instead of thinking, "Why didn't I know this sooner?" try thinking, "I'm glad I know it now." Because now you can take action. You don't need to change everything. You don't need to learn complex science. You just need to make small, meaningful shifts. Like tomorrow morning, reach for room temperature water instead of something ice cold. Take a moment, breathe, sip slowly, don't gulp. Wait a few minutes before taking your medication, and as you do, listen to your body. Does your stomach feel calmer? Do you feel more steady, less lightheaded? These may seem like subtle adjustments, but over time, they can bring more energy, more clarity, and more confidence into your day. If you're caring for a loved one, a parent, partner, or friend, these changes are gentle enough to make together. It's not about fixing, it's about nurturing. Because here's what I truly believe. Aging well isn't about being perfect. It's about becoming more aware. It's about giving yourself patience, kindness, and grace. You've come this far because of your strength, but from here on out, it's your wisdom that will carry you forward. And just by being here, listening, learning, and caring, you've already taken the most important step. You're not just drinking water. You're choosing to care for your health, your body, and your future. And that choice? That's a beautiful thing. Quick recap. The 4 common mistakes seniors make when drinking water in the morning. 1. Drinking cold water on an empty stomach. It may feel refreshing, but it can shock your digestive system, and slow it down. 2. Gulping too much water too fast. A big rush of water can disrupt your electrolyte balance and leave you feeling bloated or dizzy. 3. Skipping electrolytes. Plain water might not be enough, especially if your body is already low on essential minerals like sodium, potassium, or magnesium. 4. Taking blood pressure meds with too much water too soon. This can cause a sudden drop in blood pressure, especially if taken before eating or moving around. Which one surprised you the most? Or have you already noticed some of these in your routine? Drop a comment below. I read every single one, and your story just might help someone else who's quietly struggling with the same issues. If today's message gave you a new insight, a little aha moment, go ahead and subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. Here, it's all about honest, empowering tips for healthy aging. No fluff, no fear, just real advice from one caring heart to another. So stay hydrated, stay informed, and most of all, stay wise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.